We're just about to go live. What's up, everybody? Welcome, Alexander the Great. He is our mod for this live. There is a lot going on and very excited to share with you, especially the ASUS ROG Ally 2, especially since that leaked out. Hopefully that excites everybody. Maybe you're excited for the 9070, and we are going live. What's up, everybody? What's up, fam bam? I'm Chris Mizo. If you're not familiar with who I am, I usually talk about PCs and tech, and we have a lot to talk about. We have the ASUS ROG Ally 2, which leaked out today. We had the GTA 6 trailer 2, which also came out yesterday with a shadow drop, and my oh my, all the details are just gorgeous in that game, which I'm really excited to go over and talk to you guys about. And we have the 9070 GRE, which had unveiled apparently, and there are some reviews about it. And it seems like it's a bit mixed depending on how you feel about the card. Now, let's first go in, and I got to talk about this giveaway because there are some winners of the giveaway that I would love to share with you, especially for everyone who is just joining in. What's up, Sanchez? Good to see you. What's up, Colson? What's up, everybody? We do have the giveaway winners announcing today, which I am just going to announce it. I will announce it several times through this live. What's up, Brianna? Welcome. Now, the first winner, I will just tell. Now, I don't want to put their public name out there, obviously. So I will say the winner of the Samsung 990 1TB Pro is, his name is Fasten. What? Congratulations, Fasten. I will email you. Hopefully you are in here. What's up, Foxtron? What's up, And Fasten is the winner of the Samsung 990 1TB Pro. And for the winner of the merch is Noah. Noah is also the winner of the merch. Now, Divin, you should totally play Cookie Run Kingdom. A new update just came out. Really? It's not an ad, okay. Yeah, it's funny because I'm getting a lot of it. There's a lot of games I really got to play through because we will definitely do some more playthroughs. I'm thinking of doing some tomorrow. I think I got the idea of why the stream wasn't working too smooth. Was it on, I think I went live Monday to play some Cyberpunk 2077 to show you the power of the RTX 5090. I know some of you got to get a good glimpse of how it looks with raw power and without power. And unfortunately, there was a VPN on, so I think that kind of disrupted the connection a bit. So this time I'll make sure that it's that won't get in the way this time. And what's your opinions on furries? What do you mean by furries? You tell me what you think of furries. Let me know what you think. Again, the winners of the Samsung 990 Pro is Fasten, and the merch winner is Noah. Hopefully you are in here. Play Cookie Run Kingdom right now. Well, let's go into talk about this ASUS ROG Ally 2 because there's a lot of really special details about this. Originally, this is what the ROG Ally 1 looks like. It looks something like this. If you have it, it's definitely one of the best devices you could really have when it comes to handheld PC gaming here. And it looks something like this. Now, it's much more robust with the new design. It's actually it actually has like a much thicker grip. Now, some people may prefer it, some people may not. Now, this is provided by video cards, which I am going to share with you guys right now. So we are going to go into the screen share mode here, and you tell me what you think of the design as well. So we're going to zoom in on it. Don't mind, there's like 1,000 different smears or thumb marks on it. So we are going to go into it. Let's see. It's a bit insane because I don't know how this ended up leaking out. I tried to get some info on this, but let's see. We are going in now to the stream browser, and that is how it's looking. And let me go right here to this side so you guys can see it too. Right here. And it looks something like this. You can kind of see the smears on it, but you see how the grips are looking on it? It's a bit interesting, right? To say at the least for how it looks like. I'm going to move this screen too so you guys can get a better look at it. Because now I don't really mind the design. I like the grips of it. Hopefully it's a little bit more comfortable. It might be uncomfortable packing it. If you're putting it into something like a bag, yeah, it is oiled up, right? So now you can see like all the different marks, and it looks like it's been touched like maybe a million times at least. And for if you take a look over here onto the side of it, you can see like it almost looks similar to what it does with the PlayStation Portable, but it's just a lot more thicker. It's not nowhere as it's not as thin as the PlayStation Portable, but apparently it has a Z2 Extreme chip in there. So with the Z2 Extreme chip, it is quite the second generation of the ASUS ROG Ally. So it is a APU and it is quite powerful. Now, if you look over here up on the side, on the left of it, this is actually an Xbox guide button on here. So if you are using it for your Xbox, you can actually use it for linking up to your Xbox Series X, and you can link it up to your Series S as well. But again, this might be just a standalone product for the most part, and you're going to be able to sign in, I'm sure, through the whole Microsoft Xbox app, which is something that Microsoft has been really pushing on. And I like how how more refined the D-pad is. It isn't as flat as this one, because if you take a look how close this one is, it's kind of more, it's not bad, but it looks something like that. So you can see it's quite a bit different. It looks a lot closer to how it looks to an Xbox. Because if you look at the Xbox controller, it looks something more like this, right? So it's probably going to have much more like an Xbox feel to the controller, which is a great thing. It would be great for games such as, say, if you're playing first-person shooters, because then you would be a lot more comfortable playing it. So it does have a lot of, and it seems like the speakers are also a little bit more robust too as well. So it's going to be a lot more defined in there. So let me see here. And if you look onto the side of here, you can see that they featured the headphone jack. It looks like the HDMI port here as well. And then it does have the separate volume buttons here. And you do have two USB-C ports, which was a big deal. Now, the reason why the two USB-C ports are important, I know it was introduced when it came to the ASUS ROG Ally X, is because it gives you a little bit more flexibility. So instead of plugging into something like a USB-C hub, typically you would need something like this here to plug in to your ASUS ROG Ally. Now, with the OG Ally, you would have to use something like this to be able to game comfortably on it, to be able to charge it up and everything, and also to be able to hook up other features such as, say, if you want to hook it up via HDMI, you could hook up a SD card, you could hook up USB ports, whatever you would like on it, even an Ethernet port if you would choose to do that, if you want to get a straight wired connection. Now, the good thing about ROG Ally is that you're able to connect to your Steam account, so you'll be able to play all your games on it as well. Now, that's funny that you say that. It looks similar to what a Steam Deck would, but this is actually the Ally 2. So what you're looking at is from an angle here. It's supposed to be more closer to like an Xbox Series X type of controller design, and it looks a lot more comfortable like it. So the good thing is it's a lot more robust on this side here, so you can get a much better grip, because I know your hands can get tired from holding it, especially if you do have larger hands. What's up, Alex? Welcome back. And if you look onto the back here, you can see the vents. It's a little bit more wider. See, the thing is, this screen, we're hoping for it to get a little bit larger. Now, this is what I really liked about the Lenovo Legion. The Lenovo Legion gives you a good 10-inch screen, and I'm hoping that maybe this prototype they'll decide to go with a larger screen. If they do, it would be really nice. It almost looks like they stick to the original design of the ROG Ally, so it doesn't give you a completely different feel for it. So the good thing is it's familiar, but then again, it's quite evolved, especially with the specifications, and it's supposed to be the beast. The RAM is supposed to go up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is insane. It's literally like having a PC in your hands, which is quite insane. So can you imagine that? You have 64 gigabytes of DDR5, plus you got the new Z2 Extreme. Now, specifically, there's going to be two different models of this. It seems that the first model, the first top model, I can say, is the Z2 Extreme, but that does feature the Xbox button on there here, which is right up here. Now this one, this is just the regular version because you see how it doesn't have it. But if you look at the black one, you can see it's kind of marked off here with the Xbox series, the Xbox guide button. So they are planning to implement it, but my real question is it going to be more like Windows, or will it be more like of Xbox's own OS? Because it's teamed up with Steam, so they are working together. So maybe Xbox will be its own UI. Maybe they'll come out with a Windows Xbox edition where it's just focused on gaming. It would be great, especially for those who just use their PC for gaming. Less bloat, less trouble, and it will definitely help optimize the games a bit more. It makes it a little bit easier. When I was speaking to somebody actually about an ASUS about this, about why they do something like this, why is it so difficult to optimize games for, say, like on Windows? So because it has to go through so many different trials, that not only do they have to make sure that it fits every graphics card, because every graphics card is different, every build is different, that it has to be also optimized on Windows, optimized through Steam. So it has to go through quite a process to be more compatible with everything. And hopefully this ASUS ROG Ally this Xbox edition, or the ROG Ally 2, whichever you would like to call it, would definitely quite change it. But you can see how much thicker it is ergonomically, because you can see how this one looks when you compare the difference on this. Because it's not nowhere as tall as this. It's more like of a back of an Xbox controller when you take a look at it. Yes, I think it will. Xbox handheld is also in the works. I think this is going to be the ASUS Xbox handheld that they are working on. It's called, what did they call it? Project something. But this is one of those leaks where allegedly this is one of Xbox's personal designs. And I'm curious how PlayStation would actually compare itself against it. So I'm going to switch over here, and you can see like how it looks with the Xbox side. It's how much more thicker it is, so you can get an idea of how it looks controller wise. So you can get a good idea that more than likely it's going to be very comfortable to game on. Now, my biggest concern is how the battery life is going to be when you are gaming on it. And on top of it, how is it going to be when it comes to the whole storage side? Will it be easy to swap as it was for the original ASUS ROG Ally? Now, if you're just coming in and if you're curious about the winners of the contest, the first one is Fasten. He won the SSD, the 990 Pro, and the second winner was Noah. Noah was also the winner of the merch, and I will be reaching out to those emails, and I will let you guys know as soon as I get another giveaway going. But moving on, let's go and talk about the whole GTA 6. Are you guys really excited about it? Because it looks quite amazing. Some people complain because that there wasn't enough cutscenes in it. They felt like it was too many cutscenes, that they felt like it wasn't enough gameplay. People wanted to see more of the action of how the game actually looks. But when you take a look at every single detail in GTA 6, which we will go to right now, the handhelds do have rumbles in there too. They do have vibration modes. They even have a not a gyroscope, but it does have a I forget what you call it exactly. But you can actually adjust it to the type of vibration that you would like. And then on top of it, it does have like a gyroscope in there to where you can actually move the controller or move the handheld. Like if you're playing a first-person shooter, if you just move it around, it acts just like if you are moving it in real life. So it gives you that type of feeling, especially if it's like similar to like how it is on, say, like phone games. Like certain phone games, you can do it. Now, it does incorporate that inside of the ASUS ROG Ally, but it does work inside of first-person shooters and everything as well. So, and going back to the GTA 6 details, I gotta just share these screenshots with you because it does look quite amazing for what the team has really optimized on. Now, if you take a really close look, you look at, say, like the beer bottle, you could actually see the carbonation inside of the beer. You could see the cold sweat of the beer, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Now, I'm just going to pull up some of those pictures here because it looks amazing as far as optimization. And this is what every game company should really do when it comes to optimizations, and not just Rockstar, because it just shows you how far they can really reach optimizations levels, because this is on a original PS5. It's not even on the PS5 Pro that they demoed the game in, which is impressive. This was all on the original PS5. Now, my question to everybody out there, do you guys think that GTA 6 will be able to push a full 4K 60 on the original PS5 or on Xbox Series X? Let me know. Put 1 if you agree. If you think it can reach up to 60 frames per second, or press 2. If you feel like you don't agree, put no. If you do not think GTA 6 will be able to reach 4K 60. Let me know what you guys think, and I will tell you what I think right after. So let me pull up these GTA 6 screenshots because they are quite incredible. We could go and take even a look into the trailer, and you let me know what your guys' thoughts of it is as well. Now, 2. Okay, you don't think it can handle it, right? Now, let's go, and I'm going to zoom in on this, and I'll make sure that it's all the way up here, and we will go back into the stream browser here. And that's how it looks. Isn't that insane? Like, you take a look at that. Oh, let me move this so you guys can see it better. That's on the phone right there. You can see it, right? The carbonation there. And I'll move this here. There you go. Now you guys can see it better. Now you take a look at that. Now that's some real detail, like when it comes into gaming. You typically don't see that. That shows you how much they care about it. Even if you take a clip, not just the beer, but take a look at the glass table itself. It's even reflecting off the TV. You take a look at the lighting around it. You see the details of the birds in the backyard. It's just pretty crazy, like how realistic it looks. Oh, shit. Let me get the signal back on real quick. I just realized my camera plug's not in there. There we go. Apologize for the delay in the feed there. Let me just restart it. There we go. All right, let me just switch out this battery real quick. That was my fault, guys. I realized I didn't put the camera charger on it, but it'll be up just a second. There we go. Now you guys can see me okay, right? All right, there we go. We're back live again. I apologize for that. But As you can see the carbonation in there. You can see the reflection off at the table. I'm sure you guys probably seen enough of this screenshot preview, but it's just insane how it looks here. Like even here, you take a look at here, just take a look at the foil, the reflection of it off of these Modelo bottles. Now that looks really accurate, looks just like a Modelo bottle, but of course they're gonna call it something else. But it looks dead just like how it would in real life. Just the advancement when it comes to the art. So they got some of the best artists out there to work on this game. And exactly one of the main reasons why they 100% delayed the game. Now, you take a look back here. Now you can see how the draw distances even look in it. It looks very accurate to how it would look in Florida. So now it just gives you a good indication of how much details that they really put in it. Take a look at the water here. Look at the shadows. Look at every single detail when it comes to the actual art of it. It looks really amazing. Even the night view looks really good. Even just the reflection of the lights here. If you really take a look at a lot of the ambiance in the game, it's just amazing how much work they've really put in it. I'm pretty sure it's something to do with the amount of interactive objects in the game. Agreed. Oh, let me move that here. And I move this one over here too. Somehow it went flying over there. And there we go. Somehow it went all the way left field, but you take a look at that, like you can really see the details in it. It's just amazing how it looks. Now, even take a look at the reflection of water. It looks just like how it does in Miami Beach, right? With all the trees here. You look at the details of the light. Look at the coffee here. Let's zoom in on it. If I can zoom in. No, it won't let me. I mean, just take a look. Even like the tan marks. They have the details of the tan marks depending on how long you are in the sun. So it's really quite amazing how far they've really gotten when it comes to this. Now, the other question I do have, do a lot of you think that GTA 6 will really be $100? Do you think that it is going to be $100 for a game like this? Or do you think it might be more into the $80 range? Because I know it's just, even though the details are awesome on this game, but do you think they would really put that much effort into charging that much? Now, this is all strictly in Vice City, right? And they even brought back the good Vice City sign back. And just the effort that they put in everything here. Because in GTA in general is always trying to replicate everything to the most detail. And they do a very excellent job of it. You can see like how much it has improved. Like even like the texture wise, you can see how much of a difference it is compared to the first GTA 6 trailer that they originally had. Now it's a lot more detailed. You can see like when it comes even to, say, you can see the muscle more into the police right here in his forearm. You can see the reflection of the lighting like bouncing. And let me see here. Go to the next one to give you a better idea of how it looks. Now take a look at there's another one I really want to show you guys. Like they even got the iguanas out there. That's hilarious. They got the iguanas of Florida just crawling around. So that's dead accurate. And how they got now they have even the lighting here. But I wonder how it runs on game consoles. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. So far, it seems like the vote is that more than likely, nobody really thinks that this game could really run on PS5 at a full 60 frames or on Xbox Series X on a full 60 frames. If you think so, put 1. If you don't think so, put 2. But so far, the vote, it seems like that most people think that GTA 6 will not be able to run 4K 60. Do you think it can run 4K 60? If you do, put 1. If you don't think so, put 2. But the real question is, how well will it run it? And I think it's going to be very detailed, the game. And the way how detailed the game is, it's because of how massive it is. Because of how big it is, I don't think it's going to, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to run a full 4K 60. I think it will be able to run at a full 30. And more than likely, it'll be locked in 30. So that way you get the most, you get the best gameplay out of it. And that's the most important thing when it comes to the gaming side. You want to be able to game comfortably on it. Now, some people think that, say, the PS5 Pro may be able to run at 4K 60. I don't even think it will be able to. It just, depending on how well Rockstar really optimizes it, that's what's going to matter the most, is how well they optimize it. And if it's optimized well, and if it can run at 4K 60, that's just going to prove that everybody else in the gaming development side shows you that they're just not being true creatives. They're not really developing the games as much as they should. That means that they could do so much better, and you should require a lot less hardware when it comes to the gaming side. That's exactly what it means if that does happen. So Sanchez believes it's 2 as well. The PS5 in general has a overheating issue as it stands. I do know that, like, with newer consoles, it seems like it happens often with newer consoles. They tend to build up a lot more heat quickly because I think it doesn't really have enough ventilation in there as much as it should. Of course, you can always customize it to where you can. But again, I don't think it will be able to run a native 4K 60 on a game like this. I would be thoroughly impressed if it could, if it can run at a full 4K 60. And if it can, then that shows that development is really well when it comes to Rockstar. Now, it's just amazing overall, like when it comes to every single detail. And just the lighting is just pure accurate here. There's one of a Cougar that I really want to show you guys. And this is an example of the customizability. I remember if you saw the first trailer, they said that there is so much that you could do in a game, like to where it comes to customizability. So that probably includes, like, you can make them big as you want. You can make them as small as you want. So it's going to be a lot of fun for something like this. And going back to, so let me go back over and let's talk a bit more hardware. And we are going to go back on video cards here because I do want to talk about the 9070 here, the 9070 GRE. And that's something that has recently been out as well. Now, ASUS, this is exactly the card that I was talking about in the past, about the past week, which is the Megalodon edition. Now, this is built on the Navi 48. So again, it's mostly the same card, except this one goes up to 12 gigabytes of G6, as you see here, and 192-bit bus. It's a beautiful looking card, but how's it stand performance-wise? Can it really compete performance-wise, say, against like the 9070 XT, or against something like the 5070 Ti, or really the 5070? Because apparently the 9070 GRE is more of the 5070 competitor, if that's what you're looking for, if you're trying to put each other neck and neck. Now, ray tracing wise, more than likely it's still a generation behind that. Now, the problem is, I think that Xbox and PlayStation always go form over function, like PS5 is too skinny, air intake is not enough to look at. Now, I think it's like they can modify it a lot better to where they can put more fans, like almost like a PC. Then it would be actually a lot more quiet, because generally you'll think, if, for example, if a PS5 has, say, like 3 fans in there, 3 or 4 fans in there and on the side, it would actually be a lot more quiet, because then it doesn't require as much RPMs to dissipate the heat. Now, if you just have one fan or just really like kind of like say 2 fans. You have one for the intake and one for the exhaust side of the PS5. It's going to be a lot more noisy because it has to do more work than if it had 4 fans. So if that was the case, especially like for a game such as GTA 6, which is definitely going to require a lot of power. And I'm pretty sure once you go into it in a game like that, it's going to ask, what are you looking for? You're looking for more performance, or are you going to look for more quality? And it probably will give you an indication of how much frames you can expect out of the game. And for everything that this game does have for GTA 6, is just amazing. Like even the Panthers that they had, that they showed, just like walking through the through like the Everglades practically. You could see like their stomach getting wet just walking through, and that's how detailed that they're getting, especially on something like GTA 6. So there's a lot of thought, and especially that they said that they wanted to expand the date just so that they don't have to crunch the time as much. So that shows how much care that they put in their game. And what I'm also curious about is how GTA Online is going to be. I wonder if it's going to be like a separate type of game, or are they going to just kind of like just do it from GTA 6, but just like kind of like start over from everything, because I can't see them allowing you to bring all your items from GTA Online over to the next game over. But I'm really curious to see how it's going to turn out. Now, this is how the 9070 GRE looks. Again, it's on a 192-bit bus. Now you got 3 display ports, you got 1 HDMI port, which is excellent for those who wants to hook up to say 3 or 4 monitors even. And again, this is definitely this is an excellent option for those who are just trying to get something that's within budget and still be able to game, because RX 9070 XT or RX 9070, whichever card you choose to go with, is going to be a great card to get, because from just testing all the cards so far this year, that has proven that AMD has certainly done well, and they have proven it, especially with this line of cards. Now, is the 9070 GRE unnecessary from what they've shown? Is it really that unnecessary? Personally, I don't think it is. I think it gives you more options. And with the 9060 coming out too soon, and more than likely it's going to be released during the whole Computex time, which is in a couple weeks. I wish I was there. If I was, I would love to cover it. But the 9060s should be there, and hopefully a surprise 9080 will be there. And I feel like AMD does have something up their sleeves, because just how well all the AMD cards just have sold. Now, for anybody that's just coming in and just wondering who has won the giveaway, now I gotta say congratulations to them. And let me switch over to the screen here because I can't share their personal details here. But with Fasten has won the 990 Pro 1TB, and Noah has won some merch. So I will be reaching your emails. Congratulations to you both. Hopefully you guys answer this time. The design is, so the 9070, see, that's the thing. It's kind of like similar. It is similar in its way. It does have like some different options between it, but not by much. Like when it comes to the 9070 GRE and the 9070, it still is more of a competitor to say like the 5070. It doesn't quite get up there with the 9070 XT. But for those who are curious about the reference of say the 9070 XT, like what 50 series card does it really compare to most, is mostly going to be for the 5070 Ti. I would say it would match more closely, like when it comes to the RX 9070. 70 XT specifically, because of the VRAM in there. And also, it also depends on what you're using. If you're comparing with ray tracing, obviously that's going to be a different story. But when it comes without ray tracing, now I'm not saying it's bad when it comes to ray tracing, it's excellent. It's more or so if you're trying to compete with frames and ray tracing levels. And if that's the case, then the 50 series will take it on that side, because AMD is still a little bit behind when it comes to the ray tracing side, but not by a lot. It's only about a generation behind, but you can still game comfortably, very comfortably, on a RX 9070 XT. We tested it multiple times, at least on Monster Hunters. We don't have any issues. I finished doing a lot of tests with the RTX 5090. So with the RTX 5090, I've done a lot of tests, and I can give you a result. Perfect timing. What's up? I have a problem. I wonder what's happened, and I can't solve it. Oh, what's the problem? Let me know. Feel free to speak. Let me know what your issue is. But so far, from what I'm seeing with the 5090, you guys might be pretty surprised with the results. I'm planning to post the review on Sunday, so make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be on Sunday around 2 p.m. Eastern, depending where you are. So it's going to be posted on Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, and that is on, let me see, I'll tell you the exact date, because I'm still working on that video. It should be out by the 11th. I will have it out by then, so you can definitely check it out. And hopefully you guys are excited for the review, because I'm excited to share what my thoughts are to you. Again, it's non-biased. It is 100% not sponsored on top of it. So it's going to be a real point of view and a real review score of what I think of the RTX 5090. So this was not given to me. This was actually something that I actually had end up buying. Now, 5-star says, I have bought a PC case 270 panoramic. It's an epic case, but it came with 6 daisy chain fans, all connected with 13-pin wires and an ARGB wire. I connected the 2 wires into one port on the hub, and I'll let you finish up on that statement. In the BIOS, I'll definitely search that up next. I'll share that with everybody too, Alex. I'll make sure to go back to you. So 5-star in the BIOS is flash. It detects them like chassis fan 1, and then it disappears. Then I tested chassis fan 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so your issue is that so it still flashes in the BIOS like you see chassis fan 1, and then it disappears. It sounds like you might not be having enough power through it, or there's a loose connection somewhere. So more than likely what you're hooking up to, it's probably a hub from what it sounds like. So it's all daisy chained together, and it's hooked up to a RGB wire. So more than likely, if you're daisy chaining all your fans together with a 13-pin, so is it 1 3-pin wire, you mean? Because there's no 13-pin wire. So 1 3-pin wire and an ARGB wire. So yeah, usually ARGBs or 3 pins, and fans, it could be 3 or 4 depending on what type of fans that you have. If they're all 6 daisy chained, it should only come up with 1, because if all of them are together, then it should be connected into one port. So I connected 2 wires into one port on a hub. Okay, so you did hook it up to a hub, and it's still in the BIOS. Then I see chance, and then it comes back, then it disappears. So is it the hub? Now, what I would do first is, if you want to find out if it's the actual hub, just make sure you're getting power to the hub first. So a lot of hubs require some sort of power to it. So maybe it just doesn't have typically they require say a SATA port, like on your power supply. Just make sure that's hooked up to it. Either that or but more than likely it's something to do with a power source from what I'm thinking. If not, if you want to test otherwise, if you have 6 of your 120 millimeter fans daisy chained together, just plug it into one of your fan ports on your motherboard. It should just read up just one fan port, just like one fan chassis. So it's not going to read it as 6 fans. It'll just read it as 1 and run all together as 1, because they're daisy chained. So you can try that first to see if you get a response. But more than likely it has something to do with the power of the hub, is from what it sounds like, or from what I'm reading. And with the ARGB wire, just plug it directly into the motherboard. If it's just one wire, I would just plug it to the motherboard anyway, because more than likely you'll probably be good. You'll be able to control from whichever motherboard manufacturer that you're using, then you won't have any issue. So for Kim PC case, I had all 6 fans all daisy chained together with a 7-wire connector. I can't even split 3-3. I'm scared to put all 6 fans to a port. If you're worried about that, so it is SATA connected. So I figured that. So yeah, I meant the header myself. So because the hub is SATA connected, then more than likely see if you're getting power through it. That's what I would check first. See if you're getting power through it, and then through the hub, then plug it. Then it's either is the hub plugged in via USB, or is it plugged in directly into, say, like a fan port? I mean, into a fan header, or is it plugged in directly into another type of header? I'm assuming it's got to be plugged in via USB. I'm assuming. So most hubs are. And if that's the case, then that's probably... I have power, all fans work in ARGB. Okay, so they all work, and the hub is in chassis fan too. Okay, so it sounds like so you have everything into chassis fan 2 into that header. So have you had any issues in Call of Duty? Not right now. I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking the hub is an issue. I would definitely test without the hub and see how it does. More than likely, that's where your problem is, or you can try different SATA wire. But more than likely, SATA power wires don't really fail like that from the power supply. So I would think it's more or so the hub. So I would send it in and just replace it for sure, because that's what it sounds like at least. But so far, I haven't had any issues with Call of Duty. Now, with the 5090, are you saying? So far, I only got to play with the 5090 on Call of Duty for a couple hours, and so far it seems like it's been working okay. Same with the RX 9070 XT. It also seems like it's working pretty well on there as well. So I haven't seen any real issues with it. Now, are you experiencing any issues, XMech, on Call of Duty? I gotta know. Because the problem with Call of Duty is that when they first came out, it wasn't really optimized well. And because of it, it was giving all kinds of issues from either if you're an NVIDIA user or a AMD user. Because there is, especially NVIDIA users, because it was strictly, Black Ops 6 was strictly ported like for AMD users, because it has the frame generation for AMD practically, like the FSR4, FSR3 at the time, and so yesterday I didn't do anything but go to sleep, and today I can't get into the main menu. So it sounds like, try to check your if any of your data is corrupted. Are you on Steam, by the way, when it comes to Call of Duty? Because if you are, then more than likely you could check and validate your files. More than likely one of the files is corrupted. It's really common, especially on Call of Duty. Call of Duty is known for giving those type of issues. So 5-star says, when I start the BIOS and chassis fan 2 appears, I see it like 700 RPM, then it disappears and reappears. Okay, yeah, I would highly suggest the hub, because if it disappears and reappears, that means there's usually a issue with it reading. More than likely, there's some sort of power issue into that hub, because it means that your motherboard isn't really picking up on it too well. What's up, Adida? Ida. It's giving a when me error. Any workaround I can't get into even on my AMD PC. Oh, really? You can't even get on your AMD PC? Oh, wow. Okay, so join the Discord and we'll keep you up to date. Okay, perfect. Yeah, please join the Discord if anything. Steam and Battle.net. So you have it on both, and they both give you issues. I'm surprised on Battle.net, because usually Battle.net, honestly, like when it comes to Call of Duty stuff, Battle.net's better than to go on Steam, because again, it's under practically like Blizzard. So I want to post a pic of my new build. Yeah, please post it. Anybody that isn't part of the Discord, make sure you join. It's a big and awesome place where you can share all your PC builds. You can show off your benchmarks. You can ask any tech questions. and we will all help you on there. In fact, it's even better because then I can actually see it, and I can, well, actually, we can always share on live as well when we go into something like Discord and take a look at it and try to figure it out. So both can't get past the menu on both Steam and Battle.net on main PC and my AMD PC. So it sounds like for some reason both, it's just odd timing. Now now you make me curious on what. Now I really want to go onto Call of Duty and see if there is an issue going on. Now, has anyone have an issue with Call of Duty? Please feel free. I just bought a new gaming PC for $1,800 USD with a RX 9070 XT. It's so freaking fast. I love it. It was time to put my 12-year-old gamer PC to rest. Congratulations, Naja. That's awesome that you got a new gaming PC. I got to shout out to you for getting a AMD build. It's 100% worth it and definitely one of the better ones to get. Especially if you're looking and comparing to like the 50 series. The 50 series has really been a mess this year. And we're already in May. It's been out since January and it's still running into issues. In fact, the drivers are still not fixed on the whole on NVIDIA right now. So all your games are running smoothly, just COD. You see your Discord? Yeah, let me check it now. I'm going to open up Discord now and I'll check it. And for anyone that's curious about my Discord, I'm going to share it here. And please excuse the whole, it's going to look like a lot of spam that comes up because for some reason this code repeats itself here, which I still got to mess with. I haven't had a chance to adjust it, so I apologize if it looks pretty crazy. So, yo, why can't I see other comments? I can only see my, really? I'm not, I can't say why. That's really weird. You should be able to see them. Oh, that, you know why? Because I'll respond to you. There are also in other YouTube live videos. One's vertical and horizontal. Sorry about that. Just talking to the mod over here. And I'm going to the Discord server. And let me see. PC hardware. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to share this with everybody real quick out there so you can check it out. And let's see. Discord shared. And let me see if I can get it to show. And right here. Perfect. Let me open this up. Discord's kind of picky when it comes to, okay, so it did come up there too. Perfect. So right there, and I'll enlarge it for you guys there. So that is what I'm seeing through Discord right now. I'm just adjusting on the whole vertical live too right now. I don't know why that's moving. So I just took this, I got a new hub and we'll receive a 10th and 120 millimeter fan. You got plenty of fans for sure, I gotta say. You definitely got plenty of fans. And when it comes to PC builds just like this is this is actually a decent ratio because I'm assuming that these are all 6 of these are intake and the top is the exhaust, I'm assuming. So it's a good fan pattern to keep it nice and cool. Now the hub, let me see, let's see. We probably can't see the hub from here, I'm assuming. But it's a clean build though. You did a great job putting it together. It looks awesome. Let me go back here. Yeah, so far it looks good. But that GPU is so small. Sorry, I went into Discord and I can't comment into any channels. No, it's in the back. Yeah, that's what I figured. It was more so in the back. What are your specs, by the way? Out of curiosity. Feel free to post it up. That PC will, yes, it will definitely not overheat. That will stay nice and cool, even with even with this. What is that type of GPU right there? I'm trying to figure that out. It looks like, is that a 1070? A 1080? I'm hunting it for a better card Yeah, well, I can understand because I know the GPU market isn't that great right now. I know it's a little bit insane. But yeah, it looks awesome though. Love the build. In that case was $100 Canadian. That's honestly not that bad. Really, what you really want to look for a case is airflow. That's the most important thing, and it definitely got a case where it has plenty of airflow for sure. Which is $70 USD. That's why it only came with 6 fans. My ASUS ROG RX 580, 8GB is massive. I bet it is. I bet it. Those cards are actually built really well too. I always liked the ROG series when it came to the RX 580s. I'm really excited for this ROG Ally 2 to come out because I'm curious to see how it's going to compare to the original ROG, because the original Ally was quite the beast, and that was actually a first handheld gaming console that I enjoyed. It really is a great console. And not really a console, but more like a portable PC. But the good thing about it is it's just really nice and easy to carry around. You could really just throw it in your bag. The only thing that concerns me about the Ally 2, as I shared earlier, is with the Ally 2, it's a lot more thicker. It's like having this. You're gonna have something like this, like an Xbox. Oh, hit the mic there. It's like an Xbox controller. It's like that thick. So it's like a combination. So it's going to be a lot more thicker. Good thing is, it's going to feel very comfortable gaming on it. It's not going to, you won't get fatigued holding it for sure. Not like when you're holding like a Nintendo Switch, for example. When you're holding Nintendo Switch, you can forget about it. That's terrible. I never thought I would say that, but it's not. It's yeah, that's exactly it. So sorry, I went into Discord and can't. Oh, XMAC, to answer you real quick about that, just all you have to do is you just have to accept the rules on Discord. If you do, then you'll see all the other channels. So if you are looking to get in, I apologize. Okay, and it takes me to the same channel on Discord. So what you have to do is, I'll show you real quick. I'm going to share it with the screen for everybody in there that is joining the Discord channel. When you join the Discord channel here, you just go to, when you go up here, let me just change the screen here so you guys can see it. When you go up here, just go to, you're just going to go up to the rules and just make sure you hit the check mark. If you hit that check mark, you should be good to go. There you go. It looks like you must have hit it. So once you hit that check mark, you're good to go. All the channels should unlock. Then you should have no issues. There you go. What's up, Mech1X? Now I see you in there. Perfect. So make sure you join the Discord. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask. We love to answer it. Our wonderful mod is here, Alex. He's also here to help, if anything. And it's funny because, yes, there you go. Now you could share. Welcome in. There we go. I somehow muted myself. Thank you for letting me know that. For anyone who has a ASUS ROG Ally, or anybody who has a... oh, I apologize for that. Yeah, I just saw that too. Yeah, thank you for letting me know, guys. It's I must have hit something, a key. I'm gonna change that key because now I know I could accidentally hit the key before before I talk. But anybody out there that has a ASUS ROG Ally or a Steam Deck, put 1. If you don't have one, put 2. If you do have one, again, if you have some sort of portable PC handheld, put 1. Nintendo Switch doesn't count. Sorry, guys, who does have a Nintendo Switch, but does anyone out there? I'm curious specifically on the PC handheld market. How many people out there that actually has a PC handheld? If you do, put 1. If you don't, put 2. Because I'm pretty curious. Because I've known, I see a couple people that are starting to go for it, that they're starting to pull the trigger on getting a handheld. So feel free to let me know. I gotta know you. So, okay, Sanchez, you got one. Awesome. Who else has one? Does anyone else have one? If you don't have one, let me know too. I'm just curious. Because it seems like it's definitely an expanding base. Do you think it's something we could go somewhere in the future with? Is PC handhelds? That's what I'm curious about. So far, we got a 1 here. Anybody else has a ASUS ROG Ally or MSI Claw even, or a Steam Deck? Let me know. Put 1 if you do. If you don't, put 2. I am quite curious for everybody out there. Does anybody out there have one? So far, I'm guessing. So I'm not too many people do. Okay, so Sanchez has one for sure. What do you have, Sanchez, by the way? What type of PC handheld do you have? Out of curiosity. I am curious. I apologize for that, Alexander. Hopefully we can do something for that in the future. Hopefully you get a, if you do get a handheld, I'm curious, what type of handheld would you want, Alex? I gotta know. What type of PC portable would you want out of all of them? Would you prefer a Steam Deck? Would you prefer like an ASUS ROG Ally, MSI Claw? Out of curiosity. Because that seems like that is definitely quite the change here. Like we're getting a lot more people interested in PC handhelds. Now it is very convenient if you're on the way, especially when you're traveling or if you're stuck getting like your tires changed out for your car or something. You have something there that you can play with. It's a awesome device. I need to. I gotcha. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. That's gonna take time. You put pics in PC hardware. Awesome. I'm gonna definitely check that out. Let's see. Let's check out the PC hardware side. Oh man, that's actually sick. I gotta share this with you guys. Z1 Extreme. Awesome. So you got. That is sick. So you have the Z1, so you got the ASUS ROG Ally too. It's a great device, isn't it? I'm trying to tell everybody out there, you gotta try the ASUS ROG Ally. It's a awesome device, it really is. I'm gonna share this with everybody in a moment, as soon as I get this whole consensus together when it comes to the whole whoever has a handheld. I upgraded the battery that I bought with the kit. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, the battery is the thing that really kills the device quick. That's awesome that you did, because that's probably the biggest complaint I have about the ASUS ROG Ally is the battery. Now, if you're playing like maxed out, you might get like, if you're lucky, you might get like maybe an hour if you're lucky. And that's like, you're really pushing the limits of the ASUS ROG Ally. How's the battery now with that kit? Would be cool to have Micro Center in Canada just for the damn combos. I don't blame you. I'm surprised that Micro Center hasn't really expanded out to like Canada yet, because they would do excellent for sure. I think they would do very well if they went to other countries, because so many people want to have a Micro Center. Before we actually got the one down here in Miami, the closest one we would have is the one all the way in Atlanta, which is in a whole nother state for us. So it would, just to give you an idea, like if you really wanted to get to a micro center for us, you would have to drive like 5 or 6 hours away to get there. So for them to finally open one here was a blessing, because they finally opened one in 24 of August. That's when they have opened it. And it's been great since they've opened it, because it is really tough without a micro center around. Especially that all you have is like a Best Buy and a Walmart. So, and they are legendary. They had this really, let's go on micro center real quick, because I got to just give you an idea of how they look. If I wasn't broke, I would get Steam Deck. Oh, okay, Steam Deck's a good choice. And they're definitely working on another one. I can definitely say much better. Get 2 hours now. That is a big difference. An extra hour makes a difference. Did you implant these? Was it the same battery as the ASUS ROG Ally X? Is it? Was it that same battery, or was it a different battery? I gotta know, because that would be a fun project to do for sure. And the air coolers, it only has 4 fans on my AIO. So we're going to go into Micro Center and we're going to take a look at some deals just to get an idea of like how good their deals really are, because they are really good. So we are going to switch over here. Oh, I apologize for everyone that's still on the Discord side. Let's see. Oh no, it switched over. And we will go over to my have no idea why it keeps muting. Thank you for letting me know again. It's so crazy, like, why that happens. I gotta, you know what it is? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna change that keycap, matter of fact. I'm gonna go into the settings right now and change it. Let's see. That's unbelievable. It's been, you know why? Because I made it too easy. And now I'm going to change it here. Let's see. I'll change it to... There we go. Perfect. Now we're good. That's only problem when you're having the keys right in front of you and trying to type. I think I muted myself because I was typing Micro Center. And I had my hotkey as M. So I ended up muting myself. Okay, so... Now, take a look at these top deals here. Here we go. Like this one. This is a great deal. A 3-in-1 combo. You get the... Let me make sure you guys can see it here. The Intel Core i7-12700K. A 3-in-1 combo. And it comes with MSI's Z790P. And it also comes with some Crucial RAM. Crucial actually makes some excellent RAM too. So this isn't too bad. Now, this seems like they're just trying to get rid of these boards because DDR4 is going to come to a halt very soon. So they're not going to make it anymore. And once they don't, it's going to get expensive again. It's the 65 watt-hour battery mod kit from Okay, so I definitely got to remember that. If you're on Discord, send that to me. So that way I remember. I'm going to look for that kit. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to offload DDR4. Because they're just trying to get to the point where they don't get rid of it. You know what I mean? So when it comes to this one's a better deal, I feel, in my opinion. You got the 9600X, and you got the ASUS Prime B650MA, and it comes with the G.Skill Flare X5, 16 gigabytes of DDR5. So that's actually a great deal. if you're looking to start like building a PC, if you want to try to build a PC, or maybe you just want to start getting a PC build collection together. If you're planning to build one, this is a great way to start off. Because honestly, you could get the GPU last, because right now the GPU market's still quite a mess. We could check if there's any 50 series in stock. More than likely, there's probably not a lot. So look at the other combo with DDR5. Some are just insane. Absolutely. Mac, look at Discord. Oh, yeah, I'll check it out. I'll look it up real quick. I'm just curious myself. And, okay, I'm going to open up Discord right now and check it out. And this is the exact problem when it comes to when you give scalpers too many problems here. So I'm going to switch over to Discord real quick to share with you guys. And I'll show you exactly what it means right here. That's the scalpers right now, no shame. So we're going to zoom in on that. 2,300. Just like, look at that stack of 5080s. It doesn't make sense because 5080s are really not that hard to come by anymore. That's a bit ridiculous, right? That is really ridiculous. I guarantee you he still has all of them. He's lucky if he sold one, I gotta say. That is just insane. Yeah, so now I'm gonna look up probably just one stick. You just need 16 gigabytes immediately. Exactly. So I'm gonna look up this. The ROG Ally X is higher, I think, 80 watts hours, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I was curious about. That was like a very tempting buy, but I knew. I had a feeling that they were going to come out with another Ally anyway. He made another post selling them for $3K. No way. There's no way. Because 5080s, are they really still that hard to get? Well, I would imagine because there's no real micro centers there, right? So it makes it a lot more, it makes it really tough to be able to get one unless, I guess for Canada, the best place to go would be like maybe Best Buy, because I know Canada has Best Buy. And where else would they really have it besides, that's what they really do need a micro center in Canada badly. And 4,000 to 5,000 Canadian dollars. That's insane. Let's take a look. We're going to, right here, you can see that they restocked it. I'll show you everybody here that they actually restocked the 50 series, right? So they're definitely coming back and more in stock. So if you are trying to get a 50 series, let's see. We're going to go to it right now. And we'll see what they actually have in stock. Well, I know that they were going to restock the 5060s. We knew that because they already said that there was going to be a massive stock increase of 5060s because they know that's in high in demand. So are the 5070s. So let's see what they actually have in stock. This is just kind of like a front page. So let's see if they have 5080s. Just that combo $300 is damn solid. Absolutely. It's a great entry point when it comes to building PCs. Okay, so obviously it's not available. You see 15-minute pickup sold out in Miami. So that just tells you right there that there isn't any. So we'll go back to the graphics card side. And we're going to check off just 50 series. Let's go down here. 50 series. In fact, I'll just check off G7 because that'll kind of push out all the cards that they do have in Miami. Okay, so it looks like they do have quite a bit. We'll go from the most expensive, right? Just to see if they have the 5090. I'm just curious. Just to see how the stock is looking now. And no, that's highest rated. Let me go to, where is it? Highest price I'm at. Because we know that, okay, so the card that they have the most, no, they have 0 in stock. Okay, so they have none in stock. They probably had some earlier, and that's why this is popping up. But they have Gigabyte's RTX 5080 for $1,539. I know. I know, it's ridiculous, right? That's like the standard price here. They're selling 5070s for $3,500 Canadian here. That's ridiculous. And I'm telling you that card is not going to be worth nearly that much. I don't know why they're selling it for so much in Canada. That's just ridiculous. At that point, you might as well not even. How are you make? It's just there's just no value in it at all. So right now they have the 5080s in stock. And they have, this is the card I don't really recommend getting, is these Ventus cards from MSI. And if you are thinking of getting a 50 series, don't get this card. I don't recommend it. Now, it's a cheaper card, but it does not function as well as their other AIBs. Like, it's much better if you choose to go with a different AIB version of MSI than their Ventus. That's like the lowest of their low. I sent some pics on PC hardware Discord. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back to Discord real quick because we got some pictures to share here. Okay, there you go. Now you do have it. That's a picture of the RX 580, right? So we're going to switch back over to Discord real quick. And you can take a look at it. That's it right there. Of the 580. Looking decent. Looks like a beautiful card. That is a really nice card, though. I give props to that. And it's clean. And that's quite the setup you have there, too. I do like it. That's pretty sick. And if anybody wants to join our Discord, make sure you do. I will share your photos, whichever you would like to send over to Discord, feel free to put it. Or if you have any issues or any problems or troubleshooting issues, please feel free to send in Discord as well. Now, what are my thoughts of the 50 series coming up? Scalpers are going super serious. See, the thing is, there's all kinds of rumors about the whole 50 series right now. The whole 50 series Super. And do you know what the rumors are? That the 5090 Super, yes, a 5090 Super apparently or allegedly is supposed to be going to be released. And when it does, it's supposed to have even up to 64 gigabytes of G7. Now, I think that is not going to happen. I'll tell you right off the bat. That is a lot of VRAM. And even if it does come out, it's going to cost a grip to get one. The cheapest, if they were to produce this card, the cheapest you would find it. And this is if they want to be, well, I'll tell you the NVIDIA pricing. The NVIDIA pricing, it would be $4,000. But by the time after everything, and after all the AABs and everything, it's going to be closer to the $5,000 range. So I don't think it's going to happen with this whole 5090 Super. But they will have a 5080 Super. They will have a 5070 Ti Super. And with the 5070 Ti Super, it's supposed to be up to 18 gigabytes of G7 VRAM. And the same thing when it comes with the 5080, it's supposed to go up to 24 gigabytes of G7. So that would be the card to get, is the 5080 Super if you were to get one, or the 5070 Ti Super. They would be both excellent cards to get. And for that pricing, for the 5080 Super, it's more than likely going to reach the levels of more like around, say, 1500, like the RTX 4090. But then when the AIBs get a hand of it, it's going to push up the price a bit. So it's probably realistically going to be in the $2,000 range. But 5-star was just, so Mech was saying Gigabyte is having thermal paste problems. That's why it's not selling as fast. They're saying that, but I'll find out because there's a Gigabyte 5090 right there in that build. So I haven't seen any paste spilling out yet. But yet I don't have it hooked up. Vertically as well. So it's not going to, it shouldn't spill because of that. So I was talking with the repair master woman from Skytech Gaming while Starch Master was building a PC. She told me that AMD card and will never go back to NVIDIA. I don't blame them because the thing is, NVIDIA used to be this really solid company. It would be the place you would go to because you know they would sell. You would know NVIDIA would do so good at making their cards and their drivers would work. The last time I really remember a driver issue, just say, with NVIDIA, like a serious driver issue during a launch, was more when they released a whole Batman, what was it? It was Batman, not Arkham, I think it was Arkham Knights. Yeah, it was Batman Arkham Knights, and it was just released on PC, and they just came out with their new NVIDIA card. I forget which card it was, though. Well, I'm going to look it up real quick. But during that specific time, I think it was the 980 Ti. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was the 980 Ti, and it had driver issues with that game, and the game was not optimized very well. It got very poor feedback for it, and also NVIDIA wasn't doing very good at producing their drivers as well. And it was like for a month that happened. That was it. It felt like forever, but it was like 1 month the drivers were no good for the 980 Ti. But after then, it was perfectly fine. But you're talking about like 5 months. Nearly, 4 months actually, because it came out the 30th of January. But you're talking about 4 months with a NVIDIA card being released, the 50 series, and they still don't got the driver right. It's still not working. They still don't have the proper drivers for it. And so 5090 is already at 5 to 7K. That is insane. That's too crazy. By now, how's it look on eBay for you, out of curiosity, XMAC? Is it still a viable option? I highly doubt eBay is any good. There's probably still a lot of scalpers on there. I don't usually suggest buying anything from scalpers. If you're going to get a GPU, make sure to get it from a retailer, because if you get it from a scalper, that's just terrible. Do you use your PC for AI training? Slightly. I haven't gone too crazy yet. I haven't had the time, but I definitely want to run more of a local AI program for sure. I would love to work with LLMs because that's something I do want to get into more. And I've just been swamped with so many other stuff that I haven't had a real chance to get to work on it. But I would love to do it for sure. But I'll check out the PC hardware on Discord. So let's check it out real quick. So if anyone is looking for our Discord channel here, I'm just going to send it out there. Sorry if it looks like crazy spam. Excuse me. Sorry if it looks like crazy spam. I got to fix this code still. I've been really slacking on it. But this is our Discord channel if you want to join it. And here is what we are sharing here. And and that's exactly how everybody feels about the situation. It should have been me, not him, right? When it comes to getting the cards, it's a shame when they do this. And it's quite a bit irritating that it's even legal for them to do this. I know there's a lot of preventatives where a lot of different online stores and retailers try to prevent this from happening. But the thing is, it's just, there's a very easy way for them to prevent this from happening. It's really not that hard to make sure that a person purchases the card. It really isn't. All you have to do is, after the purchase, even just like, all they have to do is give a call to a person just to see and verify that it's a person purchasing the card. That's it. Or even like if they leave some sort of like say like a voicemail, even that would verify if the person is human. It's that simple. We need better game optimization instead of stupid, strong, supposedly hardware. Well, optimized game will run on a potato, just ask Indian people. They would just run CS2 on Android. I do agree. There should be a lot better optimizations when it comes to gaming. I do agree. Because this GTA 6 is like the perfect example. And it's a shame that it's not coming out just yet. Not this year. Because they really show that that's what optimization should look like. When you're looking at a beer bottle in a game, it should have the carbonation there visibly. Well, it should have a lot of things really. It should have the cold sweat off the beer of being in the humid room, right? Naturally, just like how it would physically. Now, for games to be not optimized and just rely everything and just say, oh, let ray tracing handle it, just like have them grab a beer and just like put it on the table and then just have them use the ray tracing for the lighting effects to make it look somewhat good. That's just pure laziness. The real details come in like when they look at every single thing, like as in a real life aspect, as in the movement of people, as in the movement of even animals. Like you have this panther that's walking through this through the Everglades, and you have this panther going through, and its stomach is wet, right? That's really optimizing the game, because if you're relying on hardware, just saying like I'm just going to rely on, say NVIDIA's ray tracing to have the reflection of the water from the panther looking at it, then that's just, again, sure, it can happen. That's what the hardware is for, but you shouldn't put 100% effort in just creating the game to rely on the hardware for them to do it, because they certainly can optimize it much better and help the hardware make it look even better. A perfect example is, I'm going to show you real quick, because we're going to go on to, I got to share this screenshot with you because this is a good indication of what good optimization should look like, because then the ray tracing would even look better. Now, I'll show you this because this is what is astonishing about it. Now, I'm going to switch over the screen here to the browser, and this is exactly what I'm talking about here. So you take a look. This is what it should look like, right? That actually looks like a person sitting in a car, right? Looks like an older guy sitting in the car. And then if you really look at the glasses, that is really what ray tracing should look like, because that is what developers are supposed to do. They are supposed to help the game make it look more realistic, right? It's not supposed to just rely on the hardware and then just have them just hope that it comes out looking good, and just that's just, again, laziness, and doesn't really push, and it pushes everybody to get new hardware because of it. And this is a very good point that Rockstar has proven, because this was not played on a original this was not played on a PS5 Pro. This was actually on a original PS5. And because it's on a original PS5, that shows you that the optimization that we currently have is no good. And it's very obvious. And that should really piss everybody off, because we shouldn't allow the whole gaming industry to really take advantage of us gamers to be able to force us to purchase new hardware because of it. I am in Florida. I am in Florida, in fact. But this is a very good indication of how it should look like when it comes to gaming. And it's just, it's really a sad state, I gotta say, for the most part when it comes to it. Here we go. This is a good example of it. This is what actual ray tracing should look like. And with actual type of code in there, with decent visual artists, you can even see that the phone's on. Now, if this was on a regular game, you wouldn't really see that the phone's on. You'll see the reflection maybe, but you won't really see that it's like faded in the background. You can see the details and the textures in the towel, and you can see the shadows are very detailed. Now you look at even this martini glass, right? Now you see the distortion, which is pretty incredible, right? To each and every curve. And that just shows you what optimization should look like. And when they come out with a game like this, and if it is optimized to the point where you can run 4K 60, right? If you can be able to run it on a standard PS5, that will put all game developers to shame, because that shows you that it really isn't the hardware. It shows you that the game developers are not developing the way they should. And you just the way everything illuminates here, as well in the room, and even the shade in the shadow. You can even see how well and detailed that is as well. Have you ever played Once Human or First Descendant? Once Hands has reflections in the game, and it's not setting, and First Descendant has good optimizations with so many settings for graphic qualities. There is definitely some great games out there. Now, I can't throw every single game developer under the bus. There are some great ones out there. But I'm talking about the other developers, such as Ubisoft hasn't been great. There's quite a few that hasn't been all that great that should be a lot better. Both free games look better than paid games, and that's the real shame in it. There goes a better view of how the actual glass looks. I mean, take a look at that. You can really see the detail. It might be harder to see on the stream, but you could actually see the forest in the background, and you could actually see the dirt in the back as well. There's one that I really want to show you guys too, which is specifically the Panther. And just like this, this is a good example too. Like the windshield, Jason's glasses, as we mentioned, his watch, and you can see it right here. Now that really is next level here. You even see the glare, the way it glares off on the car right there, even off the glass. Look at the mirror. And that just shows you the details in it. So that is what it should look like when it really comes to work. And there's this one I got to show you that I really like him, which is the Cougar, which is the Panther really. Take a look at this. Here goes a good example. This is what I wanted to show you. And if you take a really close look at that detail. You don't really see that in many games as well. You see how wet his stomach is actually getting. I do sell pre-builds in Discord. You have to go over to the PC build side, and if anyone on Discord is interested in purchasing, let me know, because I will try to work even better deal with you if I can. And it will be under, I'll show you. It will be under PC. Now, the one for PC hardware for sale, this is going to be for just the members themselves, that if you want to sell your GPU or sell your motherboard, all the members can do this. But if you go to what's called Mizo mods, that's where I actually have all the builds under PC and PC hardware. I'll actually be on the website if you're interested in any of the PC builds. It's going to be chrismizo.com, and you should see Mizo mods. Just click that, and I think I got 2 builds up there that are available. If you are outside of, the only place I can ship outside of the US, I would say to the closest would probably be Canada. And if I do, just let me know, and I'll see what I can do and how I can work with you, really. So feel free to let me know if you're interested. But to really get back to it, just like the details of this Panther, if you're going right through the Everglades here, you can see how wet his legs are. Yes, it's a full build. I only really sell full builds. I don't sell like just like a specific part, like a GPU or a motherboard. The stuff that I currently have is up on the build. Activision's another one too, and I'm hoping that they do better. You know what I'm really excited for is something like Turok. I'm really hyped for a Turok to be out. That's one of the games I'm looking forward to. I don't know if anybody's a big Doom fan. I can't wait for Doom to be released. That looks like that's going to be really good too. Yeah, I don't sell parts, unfortunately. I just sell like the full build. So I do got builds up on my website if you're interested in that, but not just parts, unfortunately. Unless I got like a massive supply, then I'll let you know. But yeah, right now I don't have I have more builds than parts laying around actually. But when it comes back, now let me pull back and let everybody know. if anybody is just joining in late, I don't think they probably made it into this live stream, which is Fasten. He actually won the Samsung 990 Pro, and Noah has won merch. I will email him afterwards. I know somebody in Discord has been asking about it. They probably missed it because they haven't. I think it's their bedtime around now. But I gotta say, they have won some items. I will try to message in Discord and let them know. I'll put a notice up in Discord as well. But I gotta say, for the most part, there are very exciting things at play here. We got the ASUS ROG Ally 2 that is supposed to be coming out. More than likely, we probably won't see it till no, the original ROG Ally came back and came out in June. If they do announce it, we're already in May now. So it's definitely not coming out this year. I don't think it is. If it does come out, and with the ROG Ally 2, they will release it in, I would say, next year. It would be within the year. And maybe it'll come out around the same time as GTA 6 does. And I'm curious how it would even run GTA 6 and how the specifications are going to be. Because I've really got a lot of faith in Rockstar developers because they've been excellent for most of their games anyway. When it comes to the RX 9060 and 9070, you can certainly expect for the GRE to be out, especially during the Computex. If anyone's going, that's awesome. Let me know if you're going. I would be very excited for you. I was trying to go this year, but I ended up going to Taiwan later. I'm supposed to be going in July, so I'll be there. I'll be streaming some items over there, and definitely excited to share with everybody all the different tech that they do have in Taiwan once I'm there. Also, with the NVIDIA is supposed to come out and push out more 9060s if you're looking for that as well. If you are trying to get 9060, let me know if it's working, Mech. Let me know if you get it working. I'm curious. I wonder if it's going to be any good at this time. But there's another game I've been playing too, and it's the Finals. The Finals is actually a lot of fun. Has anyone played the Finals? That's also a free game too. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, I tried to read everybody's comments, so because I know everybody has something important to say. I do appreciate everybody that does join the streams, and I try to make sure everybody gets heard. So, I am very excited for the Ally 2 because that looks like it's going to be decent. The only difference is I'm afraid of the portability. I'm afraid that it's going to be a lot thicker than this, even though this is already awesome as it is. So it's probably going to be just a little bit thicker, but hopefully it doesn't affect the comfortability of like just throwing it into your bag and going. And that's what I love about the ASUS ROG Ally. Definitely one of my top devices to take, especially when you're on the go and traveling. It's definitely something that you really got to take advantage of if you never had it. But I gotta say, ROG Ally is an excellent device. Lenovo's Legion is also a great device. That's quite an amazing, quite amazing how it is too, because it's almost like Joy-Con controllers that's on there, but you have a larger 10-inch screen. And you know what? Let me go back onto the topic of Switch 2, because some of the specifications have revealed about it. If you haven't heard, that the Switch 2, in fact, does have NVIDIA's Ampere. So it's not going to be that much of an upgrade of a chipset. It's going to be practically like the 20 series inside of the Switch 2. So you're having like a 2060 that you're playing off of. So it's not going to be that much of an impressive device if you're looking for it graphically. It's going to play games very well. Now, people are spreading rumors that GTA 6 is supposed to be released out of Switch 2. I cannot see that happening at all. Not on Ampere. I can't see it running on a 20 series chipset. It wouldn't, and I don't think GTA will, or the team will want to optimize it for Nintendo Switch, because it's not going to look the same at all. And you can imagine the draw distances are not going to be that great as well. Now, for the Switch 2, don't expect a lot graphically. You can certainly expect more when it comes to just their titles, really, when it comes to their Nintendo titles. So I honestly feel kind of disappointed because I always look forward to seeing Nintendo innovate something different, because usually other companies are the ones to follow. Just like when they came out with the whole motion controls with their original Wii. When they came out with that, then you had other companies such as Sony where they came out with their own motion controls, but it didn't work out as well for Sony as it did for Nintendo. Same thing when it comes with the Nintendo Switch, how that was quite the innovating device of being able to game on the go and be able to play at home. Alexander says, I'm a buy a i5 3470 3.2 gigahertz upgrade from my i5 4460. Oh, really? I would think that the other way would be better. Is it? Oh, okay. So you're running on a lower frequency. Huh. Yeah, I mean, go for it for sure if you want to go for the upgrade. And I gotta say too, for the Super Series, if anyone is tired of trying to get the RTX 50 series this year, you're tired of the current availability on it, I completely understand. I'm amazed at actually how much is in stock. I just got to show you guys. Let me see. I think. Oh, wrong key. Where's it at? Sorry, guys. I hit the wrong key there. But we're going back into the browser here. I'm just surprised that there is actually 23 in stock of 5080s. So they're definitely high in stock here. And same thing with, let's see, they have PNYs. They have 4 in stock. What's up, champ? Good to see you. Right now, we're just taking a look at the 50 series. We're taking a look. My PC shuts down when I play Lords of the Fallen. Oh, you know what? I play that game too, actually. It's the only game that I have issues with. Really? So you're having issues with Lords of Fallen? It's probably, I bet you it has to do, are you on NVIDIA's newest firmware? I mean, not firmware, their newest driver. I'm still on 572, the one back in March, because current drivers are just not doing it right now for the 5090 at all. They're still quite rough around the edges. I have the older one, then upgraded it, and oh really? So it sounds like it's more game related then. Which part are you on, Lords of the? Oh, that sucks. So are you getting a blue screen at all? It's probably, I wonder if it's either, because that'll give you a good indication of what it is. I have to press the power button. Check the event log and see if you get anything out of it. That's the best way to check it. Check the event log and see if you can try to, says power kernel. Okay. So if it's power kernel, I bet you if it's power kernel, typically that's like, it has to do with the graphics, unfortunately. Most of the time my PSU is A tier and 1200 watts. I agree. I don't think it has to do with there's some sort of conflict. Also, sometimes you can get issues too if the BIOS is not up to date as well. And sometimes that can be the case too. And I don't have any events on this PC, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'll show you. But usually we'll look at something like, oh, I'm actually on here. So actually, let me show you. Event viewer. It looks something like this. I did a BIOS, but I haven't played since. Can play for an hour before it crashes. Okay. Yeah, if anything, feel free to message in Discord. I'll try to help you figure out what the issue is. If you need any help, or if you figure out, feel free to let us know too, so it doesn't happen to anyone else. I know sometimes you need a blue screen reader enabled to be able to read it, because sometimes I know it's in a whole different log. I could get an i7 8700K, but it's too expensive, $85. Yeah, I mean 8700K is a good choice to get, but you definitely won't be. Has your 5090 been stable? Sort of. I could say sort of. The 5090 has been mostly stable. The only issues I really have so far that I've noticed is specifically when I go into, say, Monster Hunter Wilds. I can have issues. Otherwise, it will become unstable. I've been running it pretty stable with a undervolt. So I typically try not to go over 500 watts if it doesn't need to. Sometimes it'll still somewhat push depending on the game. But it's mostly been stable for the most part. We did a playthrough earlier in the week with Cyberpunk 2077 on Monday, and it was a good example of it. I'm going through MSI. I'm using MSI's Afterburner. So I dropped it down somewhat. I pushed it as far down as negative, I think like about negative 115 to negative 120 about, and it was able to undervolt pretty well. The only time it'll run into certain areas where certain applications will override it. Is that a reasonable? I have to take a look at the pricing for the 8700K. And more than likely, it's probably pretty reasonable, I would think. Let me see. Yeah, definitely. For what I see, yes. But it's even better to get a newer generation if you could, because then you'll run into less trouble. But yeah, I go through MSI. I'm going to make a guide for it too. If you go into things like 3D Mark and you try to run a pass test, and when you run these pass tests, sometimes it'll typically override your settings on MSI Afterburner. So you won't be able to do it through there, like if you were to run the test. Typically, I'll go into a game, because most of the time we'll be gaming anyway on a, say, like a 5090, right? Or a 5080 or any 50 series card, in fact. And what you do is you just run a loop test, if you can, on, say, like Cyberpunk 2077 or on Monster Hunter Wilds. Anything with Unreal Engine 5, I feel is really good to run loop tests to see if it's stable. And you want to run it at least like 20 times if you can, like 20 or a little bit over 20, depending what you're comfortable with. And then you'll know you're stable if it's able to continue. If it's not and it freezes up, then the undervolt's too much. Then it's probably bottlenecking. And usually when it bottlenecks, will end up like you'll thermal throttling a bit. And you'll just end up like it'll end up just like, it won't just end up in a good situation. But usually I recommend, like, if you undervolt, just like drop it down like about like negative 25 each time to see like what's really stable, and try to hold the same clocks, because then you'll know for sure if it's a decent push for the card, like if it's not too much for the card anyway. But I would say so. But that's how I'm doing it anyway. But I want to do a guide for that, for undervolting the RTX 5090 or any RTX 50 series card really, and then doing a guide on undervolting AMD's RX 90 series, because that can be done too. By the way, this is not for the gaming build. Oh, really? So what's this for anyway, Alex? Out of curiosity. Is this going to be for... I gotta know. So we have a lot coming out. I'm really excited about it. This year, unfortunately, we'll have more time to focus on other games besides GTA 6, because I know we were all excited for that. And let me go back here real quick. I'm really excited for Computex. Who isn't excited for Computex? Computex is going to be good. I know that they're going to come out with something good. So RX, the Radeon's coming out. AMD Radeon is coming out with the 9060 and the 9060 XT. They are coming out with the 8GB version and a 16GB version. Now, how is it? It's going to run off a Navi 44. And it also, they actually have a few models out. And by ASUS, they have the Prime model and the Dual model. They also have the Tough series as well. So depending on what you want to get, they're going to be quite decent, but they're not going to run as high as, of course, the 9070. Now, the cores of the 9070 are up to 4096, and the cores of the Navi 44 are only up to 2048. So you don't really have as much power, but you can expect the pricing is going to be a lot cheaper. Do you have PS5? I hear GTA 6 will release. Yes. It's supposed to release first on consoles, but the thing is, I have a Lenovo B5. The thing is, I have a PS5, but it's not going to come out till 26, unfortunately, of May. I'm sure you've probably seen it too, champ. But I have a feeling they're going to push the PC release into 27, and they'll probably have a next-gen release on 27 as well. So that's going to be very sad, unfortunately. I have a Lenovo B5030 all-in-one touch PC. Google it. Lenovo B5030. Let me take a look here. I'm going to copy that. I have not beat any GTA game, but I have them. You know what's funny? I've gotten very close to beating GTA Vice City. I beat GTA 3. I beat GTA 5. And San Andreas I beat. I haven't played GTA 4 at all, believe it or not. That was one of the ones I didn't play for some weird reason. I never played it. That's something I have to play. I hear that it's actually a decent game. That's one of those underrated games that nobody plays for some reason. But I definitely have to get GTA 4. Let's see, Lenovo B50. I would love to stream that for sure. Like if that was coming out. Okay, so it's an i5 4460T. Hybrid 1 terabyte. So I guess it's an SSD and a SSD with a hard drive. I forgot they had those too. DVD. That's a throwback. Let me go back here just to make sure. Yeah, that's a throwback device for sure. It's funny, like every time I see like a laptop with the optical drives, it's like it gives good memories for sure. But you don't really see optical drives like that anymore on PCs. But you know what's funny though? Like when you do purchase like motherboards or you purchase GPUs, sometimes they will still come with the optical disc. But I've noticed recently they slowed down a lot with it, and now they're coming out more with flash drives because they realize that people don't have optical drives anymore, especially when it comes to PCs. But I gotta say, I really was close on beating GTA Vice City because I got to the other, like one of the other islands. It's been a while since I played it, but I remember I was doing the mission like in a hotel or something. I was up to that part, and I never got to complete it afterwards. But I know I was close. I know I was very close on beating it. And so for ASUS, they are coming out with their RX 9070 XT, not 9060 XT, and they also will be coming out with the ASUS ROG Ally 2 eventually. I don't think it will be this year. I'll probably be within the next year. And one of the big ones is that they unveiled the whole ARGB 580. I don't know if you saw it or not. It looks quite incredible. This is Intel's GPU that they pushed out. Now, it might not be quite what everybody is looking for, but as 12 gigabytes of G6. And it does have 3 DisplayPort 2.1 ports, and it does also have 1 HDMI 2.1 port. I could get the i7 8700K, however, it's it's a reasonable price. I think it's a very fair price for 8700K. It's a very decent processor too. The only time I get sketched out from Intel when it's the 9th gen and the 10th gen. That series is actually a decent one. But let me share with you guys how it looks here with these. It looks something like this. This is the roadmap that they actually got here. So this is what they're planning here. So this is the one that everybody likes, the B580 Titan overclock, 270, right? And it was on shelves on the 13th. And these are the specs for it. Now they're coming out with another one, which is the B580 Guardian. And they also, not the Guardian, they have the B580 Rock Luna. That's the other one that they're coming out with. And that's available. Why does it say it's not even out yet? But 2800 megahertz, 12 gigabytes. Now, there's one that everyone is looking forward to, and it's this big secret one that Intel has, but they haven't really said too much on it, and that's a whole 24 gigabyte of G6. I hope they are coming out with that. It'd be nice to see some real competition. But this is how it looks. This is great for like a starter build, especially if you're just getting into building PCs. So that's actually a decent GPU for the most part. And I gotta say too, when it comes for the Nintendo Switch 2, if you're wondering if it really does have a 20 series GPU in there, like from NVIDIA, it certainly does. It's going to have their own version of DLSS in Nintendo Switch 2. It's just not going to be as it's not, don't expect to play GTA 6 on it. That's all I gotta say. Because it's not going to, I wouldn't expect it on Switch 2 as well. Now, if they, I'm sure that if Rockstar could, if they could push it out onto Nintendo, they would, if they have the proper hardware to do so. Well, unfortunately, Switch 2's generation isn't looking that great, to be honest. It's more of a disappointing generation, I gotta say, for Nintendo side. I'm actually looking forward more to the ASUS ROG Ally 2 because I know that the Z2 Extreme is going to be quite the improvement. And especially if this Ally 2 has up to 64 gigabytes of DDR5, it's going to be a beast. It's practically really like having a portable PC in your hands. I remember like when I got to try out the Lenovo Legion Go 2 at CES just in January. It's quite the beast, especially that you can play Spider-Man 2 with no issues. It's PC gaming, handheld-wise, has gone a long way. And I do expect it to get even better. But what I'm really excited about the ROG Ally 2 is not just the specifications of it, but the ergonomics looks like it's a lot more comfortable compared to what it was originally. Now, there's nothing wrong with how the ergonomics is for this. I mean, it's still comfortable, but you still can get fatigued holding it for a while. And if you get the new one, the Ally 2, it's going to look something more like this type of curvature. So it's definitely going to stick out a lot more. So you'll be a lot more comfortable playing on, like saying like a first-person shooter, and you really want to get the grip on it. You actually could. It's almost like similar to what the PS Portal is like with the actual grip. Now, I'm curious if they're going to modify it somewhat to be a little bit more portable in a sense. That way it's a lot easier to carry with you. So, Alexander says, the store near me has the i7 8700K, 3.7 gigahertz for $87, and also has the i5 3473.2 for only $4. Really? I'm surprised it's only $4. But yet the 8700K is a big generational leap compared to the 3470. I would still go for the 8700K for sure. Yes, you can still get the cheaper one if you just want to. I mean, it's only $4. You can always get both. And that would just be fun to mess around with for sure. But Li2 looks very promising, especially it has I'm just curious like how the OS is going to be. If it's Windows, that's just going to evolve. If it is, that's going to be make quite the difference, because now it's going to be a lot easier for game studios to be able to develop for PC much easier. Could you imagine if they actually had a Windows Xbox edition? How nice that would actually be. Because I know they're probably going to call it that if they do come out like with a PC Gamer edition, just because that is the brand that Microsoft really wants to push out is Xbox. But overall, I'm looking at it, you want it to be as fluid as, say, like the Steam OS. The Steam OS is great, right? So imagine if Windows had their own version to where you can play all your games that you love, but without the extra bloatware that you don't need as a PC gamer. You don't need all the extra applications that they throw at you, especially if all you do is game on your PC. Now, I gotta say, I hope everybody has enjoyed this stream. If you don't know and you're just coming in of who the winners are of the Samsung 990 Pro NVMe, it's Fasten. He has won. So I will send him an email. I don't think he's made it into the chat. And Noah has also won. So I will email them both, and I will message in Discord of the winners. And I gotta say congratulations on them both on winning some merch. Winning some merch and winning an SSD. And maybe I'll do a live build on Discord. That would be awesome. If you do, I can help you live stream it for sure. We can access you, because I know there's going to be people that are curious about it too. So thank you everybody tonight who has joined in. I really appreciate it. Thank you all. And hopefully you guys are as excited as I am for when it comes to the ASUS ROG Ally 2, for GTA 6, for Computex that's coming up. I think there's going to be quite a bit of surprises. And I look forward to talking to everybody out there on live stream on this upcoming Saturday at 10 a.m. Make sure to be on the lookout for the 5090 review. I will also compare it with the 4090. And you can say and tell your thoughts of what you think of the review. Now, it's not sponsored at all. This is all spent with my own money. So it's going to be just straight cold truth of the RTX 5090. So thank you guys again for joining in on the stream so much. And I love all of you. Thank you guys so much for coming in.